Living on this planet for millennia, we as humans have developed advanced technologies and mapped much of the Earth's surface. It might seem like there are no more discoveries to be made in remote places like caves and forests, but in reality, there are still many out there. Believe it or not, there are mysterious indigenous tribes, many of them dangerous, living in isolation, hidden from the rest of humanity. These are the kinds of groups you wouldn't want to accidentally stumble upon, and that's exactly what you're going to see here today. So go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe below, and let's get started. In the isolated jungles of Papua, Indonesia, lives a mysterious and fearsome tribe known as the Asmat. Famous for their ancient practices of cannibalism, these natives have become a living legend, capturing the attention of journalists brave enough to approach them. With a population of about 110,000 people, the Asmat reside in a mangrove and forest region bordering the sea. The Asmat are exceptional sculptors, carving wood into terrifying figures that attract collectors from around the globe. Their creations are used in rituals to honor ancestors and in darker practices to celebrate cannibalistic hunts. They believe these artifacts hold supernatural powers, granting Asmat warriors strength and protection. Historical evidence suggests that the Asmat tribe avoided contact with outsiders, keeping their traditions secret. The disappearance of Michael Rockefeller, a wealthy collector in the 1960s, heightened fears surrounding this tribe, as it's speculated they may have captured and devoured him, a dark speculation that will likely never be fully confirmed. Although the Asmat are more connected with the outside world today, their recent past still terrifies the Indonesian population. In the remote mountains of Papua New Guinea, a country in Oceania, there exists a tribe that stands out from the rest due to their intimidating appearance, which they deliberately use to frighten their enemies. The Chimbu, also known as the skeleton warrior tribe, paint themselves to look like the undead to intimidate rival tribes, predatory animals, and even white people. They use clay and ashes mixed with water to create their eerie skeleton-like appearance and to protect their territory. Originally, this body painting was a war strategy. The Chimbu believed that by painting themselves as skeletons, they could make their enemies think they had supernatural powers. This psychological tactic helped them win battles without having to fight. There's also a legend about the origin of this makeup, telling how the first Chimbu, who invented it centuries ago, escaped a fearsome predator in a cave after the mysterious creature mistook them for the remains of other natives. While the Chimbu tribe only made contact with the Western world in 1934, they are now more friendly towards members of civilization. The annual Mount Hagen Festival provides an opportunity for the bravest to witness this distinct skeletal tradition up close. With a population of approximately 2 million people spread across Kenya and Tanzania in Africa, the Maasai are a fascinating yet intimidating tribe. They are well known for their fearsome warriors and unique customs, which may shock some unsuspecting visitors. One of the strangest rituals is the act of spitting, seen as a gesture of blessing and respect among the Maasai. It's not uncommon to see tribe members spitting on their cattle, an act that symbolizes blessing and prosperity for the herd. Additionally, they also spit milk on each other as a form of greeting or farewell. This custom, as strange as it may seem, is significant and taken very seriously by members of the Maasai tribe. These rituals are just part of the Maasai lifestyle, which includes a diet primarily based on animal products like milk and meat, along with the occasional consumption of cattle blood. This particular practice has caused shock and fear among visitors who see the tribe as exotic and dangerous. An isolated and mysterious tribe in the Amazon has been frightening the world with its aggressive behavior. Recently, photographer Ricardo Stuckert captured shocking images of the tribe, showing a native preparing to shoot an arrow at his helicopter. The tribe lives deep within the Amazon jungle, near the border of Brazil and Peru, and maintains a Neolithic lifestyle without contact with modern civilization. Since they have never been contacted peacefully, we do not know the name of their tribe. The Brazilian government's indigenous agency refers to them as isolated indigenous indigenous people of Alto Humaita. Experts like Jose Carlos Mireles, who has worked with indigenous tribes for over 40 years, were surprised by the cultural complexity of the group. In addition to their traditional habits, they display varied hairstyles and use elaborate body paint. However, the most concerning aspect is their defensive posture. In 2008 and again recently, they shot arrows at aircraft, making it clear they do not want contact with the outside world. Despite the difficulties in reaching out to this tribe, it is not the first time we've faced such dangerous encounters here in Brazil. There have been other situations where, due to extraordinary circumstances, other tribes have come seeking our help, while experts have struggled to establish dialogue with them. Unfortunately, some ill-intentioned individuals have painted a negative image of civilized people for these tribes. Because of this, they harbor significant fear and behave aggressively toward anyone who isn't native. The Aztecs were an ancient tribe that lived in what is now Mexico. Known for their rich and complex culture, they also became infamous in history for their chilling sacrifices. When Spanish explorer Hernán Cortés arrived at the Aztec capital of Tenochtitlan in 1519, he and his men were shocked to see the sacrificial altars. According to reports, prisoners captured in wars were taken to the tops of temples, where their hearts met a cruel fate. They offered human lives to the gods in an attempt to appease their wrath and maintain the balance of the universe. Despite the seemingly noble motivation behind these sacrifices, the practice still sends shivers down people's spines today. In addition to enemy warriors, even members of the Aztec tribe could be chosen for these sacrifices. These rituals were not exclusive to the Aztecs. The Maya and Inca also practiced similar acts. However, the intensity and frequency of Aztec sacrifices make their culture one of the most remarkable in history. Living high up in the trees, some over 30 meters tall, the small population of the Corai people is both a source of wonder and fear for people around the world. Not just because of their tree-dwelling lifestyle, but also due to rumors that they still practice cannibalism. Also known as Kolufo, the people of the trees, this tribe consists of about 4,000 natives and lives in a remote area of Papua, Indonesia, near other famous tribes like Mapi, Asmat, and Yahukimo. This tribe gained fame due to allegations of cannibalism. Some reports suggest that the Corai still engage in this practice, particularly as a punishment for those accused of witchcraft. One terrifying example involves a boy named Wawa, who was in danger of being eaten after being accused of being a sorcerer. The Corai also intrigue people with their isolated lifestyle and unique traditions. They are skilled hunters and fishermen, living off the land and practicing shifting cultivation. Even with sporadic contact with the outside world since the 1970s, many Corai still hold on to ancestral beliefs and practices. Recently, some tribe members have begun to engage in tourism, welcoming brave visitors who want to explore their life in the forest. One of the most dangerous tribes on the planet is simply known as the Sentinelles, as they inhabit the fearsome North Sentinel Island in the Indian Ocean. They are not just socially isolated from modern humans, but also geographically isolated due to the deep sea, having lived on the island for about 55,000 years with no successful peaceful contact. In the past, there have been multiple attempts at communication, but the tribe members have rejected any contact with the outside world. Because of their complete isolation, they are also extremely territorial, with a history of violence against anyone who tries to approach the island. Due to this, it is currently completely forbidden for the general public to get close to the island, with the risk of losing one's life to violent arrow attacks. Understanding the Sentinelles tribe is difficult due to their lack of receptivity. However, some observations have been made from a distance. In the 1970s and 80s, attempts at peaceful communication were made by leaving gifts for the tribe, but these were met with hostility and buried. Since then, wiser individuals have decided to keep their distance from this extremely dangerous tribe. On the island of Pentecost, located in the country of Vanuatu in Oceania, there is a mysterious and feared tribe called Bunlap. Known for their completely alienated lifestyle from the modern world, these natives preserve ancestral traditions that can frighten even the bravest. They have gained fame due to an extremely risky ritual known as the precursor to bungee jumping. The jump of faith, or Bislama Nangol, as it's called in the natives' language, consists of a dangerous leap from a rudimentary wooden tower with only a vine tied to the ankle as safety equipment. Bunlap men, wearing only a rudimentary belt made of leaves, climb the towers and, after tying the vine to their ankle, leap from the heights headfirst toward the ground. The ritual takes the breath away from anyone, as the jumpers fall from terrifying heights, saved only by the jolt of the vines. According to legend, the ritual began after a woman escaped her furious husband by jumping from a tree. The vine wrapped around her body and saved her, but the same did not happen to the man, who ended up dying from the fall while trying to pursue her. Inspired by these stories, the men practiced the jump as a rite of passage into adulthood, aiming to impress the women of the tribe. There are brave visitors willing to attempt the ritual. However, it often proves fatal. Thus, it's best to leave the practice to the Bunlap tribe members who have more experience. Deep in the Amazon rainforest, in the Madre de Dios region of Peru, lives the mysterious Mashco tribe, also known as the Nomoli. This indigenous group, considered one of the most isolated in the world, is estimated to have a population of around 750 people. Not much is known about them because they go to great lengths to avoid contact with other tribes or outsiders, which only fuels curiosity and fear around them, sometimes leading to problems. These natives are known for their defensive and often hostile stance. Reports indicate that in 1894, the tribe suffered a massacre at the hands of a private army, which forced them to retreat deeper into the forest. Since then, they have kept their distance, fearing the violence and diseases brought by outsiders. Despite their efforts to stay hidden, they are occasionally spotted and even filmed by curious onlookers. In 2012, a well-known incident involved a photographer who was found dead with an arrow in his chest after his exploration group got too close to the tribe. More recently, in 2024, rare footage of the Mashco was captured by ecologists and tourists, suggesting they might be migrating due to encroachment on their lands. This footage raised concerns about the safety and well-being of both the tribe and the surrounding communities. The mysterious Wodabe tribe, originating from the Sahel region of Africa, is famous for a practice that intrigues as much as it scares: wife stealing. Today, primarily residing in Niger and Chad, they are known for their unique rituals and traditions, the most notable being the Garawol, an annual festival of beauty and dance. Young Wodabe men dress extravagantly, donning impressive makeup, feathers, and colorful clothing. They gather to perform the Yake dance, showcasing their physical charms and artistic talents to impress women. The most shocking moment occurs when the men attempt to attract married women. During the Garawol, they are allowed to steal the wives of other men. If a woman agrees to run away with her thief, she can divorce her husband and marry the new partner. This custom is seen as a form of free choice in selecting a spouse, but it is also controversial and heavily criticized, particularly by feminists. Wife stealing is a practice that generates controversy both within and outside the tribe. While some view it as an expression of freedom and personal choice, others condemn it as immoral and risky. Regardless, the Wodabe continue to uphold their ancestral traditions, which clash with societal norms and spark curiosity around the globe. The Maus, also known as Satere Mawe, are an indigenous tribe from Brazil, residing in the Amazon. Known for practices that mix mystery and fear, their origins are linked to ancient myths, with a culture steeped in enigmatic traditions. Among their more daunting customs is the Tukandera ritual, a rite of passage that tests the courage and resilience of young members as they transition to adulthood. During the ritual, tribe members are challenged to place their hands in gloves filled with Tukandera ants, known for their excruciatingly painful stings. Some compare the pain of their bites to the sensation of being shot. In some areas, this ant is even called the bullet ant due to its fearsome reputation. This extreme experience lasts for 15 minutes or more and is accompanied by dancing and singing as the young endure the pain without removing the gloves. The Mas are also credited with the culture of guarana, a sacred fruit they believe brings strength and health. This fruit is highly valued and traded, serving as a primary source of income for the tribe. They even have a legend about how guarane originated from the eyes of a boy buried by his mother after he was accidentally killed. While they are not hostile towards visitors today, the Mas are known for their cultural resilience and distance from Portuguese colonizers. They continue to maintain their traditions but face modern challenges like the search for livelihood and the preservation of their cultural identity. In central Ethiopia, the Mursi tribe presents an appearance that is as striking as it is intimidating. This group, living in the remote area between the Omo River and the national park of the same name, is known for its distinct traditions, especially the large clay plates worn on the lips by women. These plates, called debia tugoin, are placed on young Mursi women starting at around 15 or 16 years old, following a lip piercing. The size of the plate can signify status and beauty, with some women sporting plates measuring up to 20 centimeters in diameter. Although this practice symbolizes cultural identity for the Mursi tribe, it also attracts many curious tourists. Another notable aspect of the Mursi culture is scarification, a more extreme version of tattooing, which involves creating decorative patterns on the skin through cutting, allowing the skin to heal into scars. This process is viewed as a rite of passage and a symbol of beauty and bravery. There's also a unique practice where Mursi men prove their worth to women beyond their physical modifications. Through ceremonial fights called thajine, men duel with sticks in a rite of passage into adulthood. All these elements combine to make the Mursi one of the most fascinating and fearsome tribes in existence. In Palawan, Philippines, there exists a spooky and mysterious tribe known as Taat B, or, in their own language, the people of the rock. Often referred to as the last cave people, this tribe inhabits the Singnapan Valley, a remote area surrounded by mountains and rich in mysteries. The Taat B live in caves within an extinct volcano, constructing their homes with raised floors. Their appearance is simple. Men wear loincloths made from tree bark and fabric, while women don plain skirts. Many of them roam almost naked, enhancing the aura of primitivism surrounding them. This tribe is also known for its survival practices, like hunting wild pigs with traps and gathering food in the forest. They engage in slash-and-burn agriculture, growing cassava, sweet potatoes, and other vegetables to supplement their diet. Additionally, they trade with neighboring communities, exchanging agricultural products for fish. Not just anyone would have the courage to live in caves, let alone inside a volcano. While many fear them, the tribe has recently faced threats due to mineral exploitation in their territory, despite measures being implemented to protect them. Even so, the Taat B have not left their caves, and they likely never will by their own choice, even in the face of danger. On the remote Menta Islands, located about 100 miles off the coast of Sumatra, Indonesia, lives an indigenous tribe that instills fear in those who catch a glimpse of them. Known simply as the Mentawai, this people have an estimated population of 64,000 and are famous for their sharp teeth. The Mentawai live in harmony with the forest, maintaining a semi-nomadic lifestyle of hunting and gathering. However, what truly captures attention is their custom of sharpening their teeth. For them, sharp teeth symbolize beauty and serve as an important practice to maintain harmony between body and soul. Without anesthesia, they use a sharp chisel and hammer to shape their teeth, believing this pleases the spirits and wards off illness. In addition to their intimidating teeth, the Mentawai are also known for their intricate tattoos, which cover large parts of their bodies and are created using traditional techniques that date back thousands of years. These designs hold spiritual significance and are applied by shamans called Scariest, who also act as healers and spiritual leaders of the tribe. The Mentawai culture is rich and unique, yet it faces threats from modernization and deforestation. Nonetheless, they continue to preserve their traditions, living as guardians of the Sumatra forests. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this.